I thought we were going to have a situation where we were going to be attacked.
Without new evidence, U.S. President Donald Trump offered fresh justification for striking Iran.
Iran would have had a very powerful nuclear weapon within 1 month.
Those claims contradict international experts and Trump's own Secretary of State, who suggested the real risk was that Israel would strike Iran first.
We knew that there was going to be an Israeli action. We knew that that would precipitate an attack against American forces.
So, if anything, I might have forced Israel's hand. But Israel was ready and we were ready.
The consequences of Trump's decision are now rippling throughout the Middle East. The U.S. Embassy in Riyadh was hit by Iranian drones overnight. So was the U.S. consulate in Dubai. The U.S. has closed its embassies in Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, and Lebanon, told non-essential staff to leave 6 nations in total, and urged all American citizens to depart 14 countries in the region immediately. Most flights are canceled. The U.S. is arranging charters. The embassy in Jerusalem warned it is not in a position to evacuate or directly assist Americans.
They do not have the capacity to be able to help U.S. citizens.
Among the stranded in Dubai, retired Major General Randy Manner, who served as Deputy Commanding General for the U.S. Army in the Middle East and is now caught in the middle of a new American-led conflict.
As a senior military officer, I do not understand the purpose.
Like many Americans, Manner has a lot of questions about the ever-shifting explanations for this war.
They want to stop drone manufacturing. They want to reduce the stockpile of Iranian weapons. They want to do regime change. It's like, where did this all come from? And that sounds a little bit unusual from a military perspective, where we're used to clarity on what our objectives are to define success.
Back in Washington, lawmakers were briefed on the administration's rationale and apparent goals. That did little to answer the key questions so many have.
The American people do not want an endless war. The administration doesn't seem to know what it's doing. Every hour there's a different rationale as to why we're doing this.
Jackson, President Trump promised to end wars, not start them. What are the early signs of how the American people are reacting to this?
Well, Donna, 6 in 10 Americans say they disapprove of the military action, and we're only a few days in. Only 27% of Americans think that the U.S. actually made enough effort at diplomacy here, and the vast majority of both Democrats and independents doubt that President Trump has a strategy. And now that skepticism is starting to be felt within Trump's own circles. A number of high-profile figures in MAGA world, from Tucker Carlson to former Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene, are objecting to the war. And Donna, they're basically questioning how this serves American interests.
Okay, Jackson Prosco in Washington, thanks.